This is a chant that Leeds United fans have become far too familiar with. After missing out on automatic promotion, Leeds now faced a lottery of the playoffs. Now, Leeds United definitely did not fall apart in the playoff semi-final, as they have smashed Norwich City 4-0 and the Whites are heading to Wembley. However, I think a club like Leeds United deserve more. So today we are jumping into FC24, taking charge of Leeds United, and we are going to bring the glory days back to Elland Road. Now, if you do enjoy the content, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really does massively help me out. We are getting very close to 3,000 subscribers. Let's restore Leeds United to their former glory. So this is the Leeds United team we've loaded into in FC24, and how has Daniel Farke not got this club automatically promoted? There are some unbelievable players at Leeds United like Crescencio Somerville, Jorginho Ruta, Wilfred Gnotto, Archie Gray, even Joe Rodon and Ethan Ampadu are better than Championship standard players. And even looking at the bench and reserves of Leeds United, this team is absolutely full of players who should not be playing in the Championship. And if Daniel Farke somehow does not win the playoffs with this team, he's gotta go. Now, Leeds United do start off with a 4-2-3-1 formation with two holding midfielders, which I actually kind of like, and I'm going to stick with this formation for the rebuild. Now, we do actually have some really good players currently loaned out of Leeds United Football Club, like Robin Koch, who's 79 rated, Jack Harrison, 76 rated, and Diego Llorente, who's 78 rated. But we're going to allow these players to keep playing on loan at the clubs they're currently at, as they're all on massive Premier League level wages, which I just do not want to pay, as paying Premier League level wages will massively affect our budget. But starting off in season 1 in the Championship, Leeds have actually got £39 million, which is an absolutely insane amount of money. However, as you know, on this channel we always disable the first summer transfer window, so there'll be no incomings at all until January the 1st. And we have genuinely got one of the worst objectives in FC24: keep the salary growth under 10%. So I have to be very careful how I spend money in January. Now, looking at the team, there is one glaringly obvious position that we need to improve in, and that is the right back position. Not necessarily because Archie Gray is a bad player, but he's being played out of position currently. And the only other right back we actually have at the club is Connor Roberts, who's only on loan from Burnley, and I will not be making his deal a permanent one. So a right back is on the cards when we get to January. We'll get scouting for one off camera. But one thing we do need to sort out on camera is the tactical vision. And this Leeds United team is filled with quality players, so I'm going to go for the tiki-taka tactical vision. I really feel like this squad of players can dominate the ball, pin teams back in their own half, and use the creativity of our front four to unlock defences and score loads of goals in this rebuild. So we've sorted out the starting 11 and the formation, we've gone over the tactical vision, and we've analysed the finances. There's nothing left to do but simulate forward straight through now to January the 1st and bring a right back through the door at Leeds United, and hopefully we're top of the Championship. And just a quick one from me, boys, before we progress on any further in the rebuild: we will not always be stopping in January unless transfer business does take place. In future seasons we'll be going straight through to the end of the season. So we've finally arrived at January the 1st, and we can bring some players through the door here at Leeds United. But before we do that, we have had quite a few players leave the club on the run up to January. So starting off with the loans, Mateo Joseph will spend the next 2 seasons on loan at Burnley, Diogo Monteiro will spend the next 2 seasons on loan at Sivasspor, and Sonny Perkins will also spend the next 2 seasons on loan at Cosenza. Now, the players who have left the club on permanent deals: Liam Cooper has joined Southampton, and this deal will take place when his contract expires in the summer. And the same can be said for Jamie Shackleton, who's joined Besiktas. Stuart Dallas will also leave the club for Leicester City on a free. And that rounds off our outgoings, and looking at the team, it's looking very strong. So much growth across the entire team, but we are definitely lacking in 2 positions, a left back and a right back, and these are positions we just have to improve, boys. So as we know, we want to bring a right back through the door here at Leeds United, and the man we have identified is a player we've never actually used before in FC24, and it's Neco Williams. He's 22 years old, 75 rated, pretty well-rounded stats for such a young player, and he would only cost us between 7.2 and 8.5 million, meaning he's very affordable. And he would join our Welsh stacked back four, as we have got Ampadu and Joe Rodon already in that back four, and we have brought Neco Williams to Elland Road for just £7 million. This is a great signing. And after the signing of Williams, we've got 31 million in the bank, and we're going to use this money to bring in a left back to replace Firpo. So we have identified a left back, boys, who we want to bring to Leeds United. But before we analyse who that player is, we have made 2 cash sales. The first being a man we're actually looking to replace Junior Firpo. He's joined Galatasaray for 3.6 million. And Dan James did hand in a transfer request. There's no way he gets in the team over Wilfred Gnonto. We've sold him to Sporting Lisbon for 8.2 million. And now it is time to make our final incoming of this January transfer window, as we are going to be bringing in Bradley Lockor from Stade Brestois in France. He's 21 years old, 78 rated, got really good stats for a left back, and it's going to be a very pricey deal though, as Stade Brestois are going to want a maximum of 24.4 million. We're going to try and get him for below that, but I do think Loco would be an outstanding addition to our playing squad. And it's a very pricey deal, but we have brought Loco to Leeds for 20 million. That does leave us with 19 million in the bank, but we're going to leave this money for next season as we are absolutely dominating the Championship, and it's looking very likely we're going to be a Premier League side next season. So now the transfer window is finished, this is the Leeds United team that will take us straight through to the end of the season. We've definitely got a Premier League squad on paper, and it's looking very much likely that we're going to be in the Premier League next season. We just need to keep up our outstanding form so far. We've arrived at the end of season 1, boys, and we have definitely broke Championship records this season as we have won the league title on 112 points, scoring a whopping 111 goals, meaning we almost averaged 3 goals a game this season. That is absolute domination. Leicester City as well, you have to applaud them. They got 108 points, also scoring 98 goals. Both clubs definitely earning the right to play in the Premier League next season. But this isn't even the best part about our season, boys. Wait till you see this. Leeds United are going to Wembley Stadium as we are taking on Tottenham Hotspur in the FA Cup final, and we are going to simulate this one together, boys. So it's the day of the final. Let's get this game simulated. Come on, Leeds. This is the team we're taking into the final. It looks absolutely outstanding. Can we do the business at Wembley? We're simulating the game, and we have narrowly lost to Tottenham Hotspur 2-1 in the final. Oh, I have to admit, it's an unbelievable achievement for a Championship side to get all the way to the FA Cup final, and it was a very even game. 2 late goals won it for Spurs. So this is how the record-breaking Championship winning FA Cup finalist Leeds United team is looking at the end of season 1, and it looks unreal, boys. We've now got Meslier, Ampadu, Rodon, Loco all over 80 rated, with Somerville, Rutter and Gnotto looking amazing, well over 80 rated them lot. Fully expect Pirro, Gruev and Gray all to reach 80 rated early next season as well, which is really encouraging, which also leaves me in a bit of a spot of bother going into season 2 and our first in the Premier League. Team stacked full of young players. Now Joe Rodon's only on loan, so I'm thinking, could we bring in a better centre back than Rodon? Could we bring in a better striker than Pirro who could boost us up the league table? That could be an option, but as of actually right now, I'm not actually sure who to bring to the club. We'll definitely bring a centre back in, see how much money we've got, and if we have got a good chunk of money left, we'll definitely get an upgrade on Pirro. Now we did score 111 league goals this season, so I'm expecting our stats to be insane, and they actually are quite surprising. Our front 4 were very, very strong, as Gnotto got 31 goals from the left wing, growing by 8 overalls to 82 rated. That's insane. So this Leeds United team absolutely smashed it in season 1. Let's get into the Premier League. I'm very sure we'll stay up, and let's get some quality players through the door. So we've arrived in season 2, and what a whopping transfer budget we've got at £90 million, but this transfer budget is definitely going to be boosted. Now, as you can see, we have listed a lot of players up for transfer, and all these players were currently out on loan at the start of season 1. Now, every single player you're looking at on the screen right now directly contributed to Leeds United being relegated from the Premier League, and a lot of these players had really, really poor seasons in the process. Sam Byram, he's abject from this conversation as he did not contribute. But I just feel like all these players have had their chance at Leeds and blown it. So we have listed every single one of them up for sale, and selling all these players should give us a massive boost to our transfer budget. And as we can see, lads, we have successfully sold every single player we listed for transfer, getting some really decent fees along the way, and we have now got £172 million in the bank in season 2 to bring some star quality to Leeds United. So I think it's time we start putting this massive transfer budget to use, as we have identified a striker, and that man is Florian Balogun of AS Monaco. He's 23 years old, 81 rated, and he is going to cost us anywhere between 37 and 43.5 million pounds, meaning we can definitely bring him to Ellen Road, and I think this guy would be an amazing signing for Leeds United. And Balogun is now a Leeds United player for 35 million pounds. This is an absolutely outstanding deal for us. Now, we also needed a new centre-back in this transfer window, as we did not opt to sign Joe Rodon, and we have identified Jean-Claude Todibo of Nice. He's 81 rated, got outstanding stats, plenty of play styles, and we can bring this man to Ellen Road for anywhere between 33.8 and 39.8 million pounds. Bit on the pricey side, but we're definitely getting a great player in Todibo. And Todibo is swapping France for Yorkshire as he joins Leeds for 33 million. Now, after the signings of Balogun and Todibo, this is how the Leeds United team is currently looking, and despite the fact we do actually still have £102 million in the bank, which is absolutely mind-blowing, by the way, it's easy to forget that the majority of these players contributed to a record-breaking Championship season and also got us to a FA Cup final. These players have earned the right to represent Leeds in the Premier League by outstanding performances last season, so we are going going to make Balogun and Todibo our only signings of season 2. We are going to give the players who got us to the Premier League a chance to shine in England's top division, as they've earned that right, boys. They were outstanding last season, and by doing this we can identify the players who don't perform this season and replace them in the next transfer window. So with our transfer window being complete, we have loaned out a couple of youth academy players, which we've done off camera. We're now simulating forward straight through to the end of season 2, and we've definitely got a squad capable of competing in the top half of the Premier League. Let's just hope that actually happens in game, because we know how temperamental FC24 can be. So we've arrived at the end of season 2, lads, and we have actually secured Champions League football for season 3. We finished 4th in the Premier League on 77 points. We were just 5 points off eventual winners Manchester United. I don't want to hear any shouts of realism in the comments, by the way, as Man United have just won the Premier League. There's absolutely no chance that's happening anytime soon. But on to the FA Cup, and we've won it, boys. We've won the FA Cup. We've beat Arsenal 2-1 in the final. We beat the red side of North London after losing to the white side of North London in last season's FA Cup. So 2 seasons into the rebuild, 2 finals, and our first bit of silverware in the bag. So I said you want to see this team. Look at the state of that Leeds United team in just season 2. Now, only 3 players in that starting 11 were actually signed. The rest are current Leeds United players in real life. That just goes to show how young and high potential Leeds United squad actually is. You may be wondering why Joel Pirro is up front, and that is because Florian Balogun injured his tibia for 6 months, meaning he's pretty much missed the entire season, which is not good at all. But heading back to the squad, we've got such a good squad on paper with Somerville, Ruta and Gnotto all over 85 rated. So going into season 3, you're probably thinking, where can we even improve this team? Well, I've got 2 positions in mind that I want to improve, and that is the centre defensive midfield position and the centre back position, as Gruev and Ampadu have both reached their max potential. They'll be really good squad players for us in the Champions League, but I want to bring in some better replacements to give us a better chance of success in the Champions League. And in terms of stats, Willy Gnotto was our best player once again, getting 20 goals and 13 assists, closely followed by Jorginho Luta, who got 18 and 15. Florian Balogun was having an amazing season before he got injured, as he scored 18 goals in 28 games. Let's get into season 3 and get stuck into the Champions League. So we've arrived in season 3 and we have got £179 million to improve the team, and this is a brilliant budget for us. So we kick off our transfer business with 4 outgoings, and all these players are no longer good enough to represent Leeds United. The first sale was Glenn Kamara to Fulham. He's left the club for 6.5 million. Patrick Bamford has left Leeds United for Valencia for 4.2 million. Carl Darlow has joined Luton Town for 700 grand. And finally, Ian Poveda has joined Al Ahly for 3.4 million. And now it's time to start bringing some players through the door here at Leeds United. And as we know, we're in the market for a central defensive midfielder, and I've identified Boubacar Kamara of Aston Villa, as I feel this man is perfect for our midfield. He's 85 rated, 25-year-old, unbelievably good stats, and to be honest, we can get him at a really decent price, anywhere from 50.7 to 59.6 million. No brainer, let's get him to Ellen Road. And what an amazing signing this is. Boubacar Kamara has joined Leeds for 51 million, and that still leaves us with 139 million to bring in a centre back. So we have identified a centre back, and it's a player who I think really elevates the level of our team to the next level, and that is Ibrahima Konate, who's currently playing for Atletico Madrid. He's 26 years old, 86 rated, them stats are brilliant. However, this will probably be the most expensive deal of the rebuild so far, as Atletico are going to want somewhere between 78.1 and 91.9 million. We'll try and get a good deal out of this, but all that matters is Ibrahima Konate is coming to Leeds United. Swaps Madrid for Yorkshire, as he's joining us for 75 million. Now that leaves us with 59 million pounds in the bank, and with Kamara and Konate added to the squad, look at how strong our starting 11 is. I'm very confident we can have a really good run in the Champions League this year, and maybe even push for the Premier League title. And don't forget, we've also got Florian Balogun to come back from injury and lead the attack, and given the fact our squad's looking so good on paper, we're going to save the 59 million for renewing contracts, bringing coaches in, bringing in youth players, and whatever's left can go towards our budget in season 4, which could be an eye-watering budget. So we kick off season 3 with the Community Shield, and we were unfortunately beaten on penalties by Manchester United, and it was our new signing Boubacar Kamara who missed the decisive kick. But once again, the Community Shield is just a glorified friendly. That's what you always say if you do not win it. So our transfer window is officially finished, boys. There's been no further further incomings or outgoings. We have sent some youth players out on loan, which has been done off camera. But now it's time for the big one. Our Champions League group is in, and it's a very interesting group as we have got Atletico Madrid, Wolfsburg and Celtic. So Konate will travel back to his former club Madrid. We've got a very difficult tie in Germany with Wolfsburg, and can you just imagine the atmosphere at Celtic Park when Leeds take on Celtic, and the atmosphere at Ellen Road when Celtic travel down to Leeds? That would be absolutely insane. But we've got a really good chance of getting through this group. Our team's amazing. Let's now simulate forward straight through to the end of season 3, and let's see how Leeds United got on in the Champions League. So we have arrived at the end of season 3, and we continue to progress on the pitch as we have finished second in the Premier League, only 2 points off title winning Chelsea. We were the league's highest scorers, winning 24 of our 38 games. We are constantly progressing as a football club. Our performances are getting better, and lads, we made it 3 consecutive FA Cup finals where unfortunately we have once again lost, this time 3-2 to Nottingham Forest. This was a massive chance to do a back-to-back FA Cup win, and we have completely fluffed it against a relegation threatened side. But boys, we are 3 seasons into a Leeds United rebuild. We're in the UCL final. Things on this rebuild have just gone well too right for me. We got promoted to the Premier League in season 1, finished 4th and won an FA Cup in season 2, and now we are in the Champions League final where we take on Bayern Munich. So we breezed through our group, winning 3 games, drawing 3, finishing on 12 points, setting up a tie with Napoli in the round of 16, which we won 5-2. We would then go on to beat Atletico Madrid 6-4 over 2 legs before we would go on to beat PSG 5-3. And that would then go on to set up a final with Bayern Munich. And this is the Leeds United team that has got us to a Champions League final. And Somerville, Rutter and Gnotto, wow, these guys are insane. 89 rated Somerville, 90 rated Rutter and Gnotto. Archie Gray is now 88 rated as well. When you consider, boys, that 5 of the players who we're currently looking at in the starting 11 were with us in season 1. Leeds United's team in FC24 has got so much potential to the point where you hardly even need to make any signings to get it competitive in the Champions League. This is actually a very, very good team to do a rebuild with if you're new to getting into rebuilds, and what a team we are taking into the Champions League final. And in terms of stats, Jorginho Rutter was our best player, getting 25 goals and 14 assists, closely followed by Crescencio Somerville, who got 23 goals and 13 assists. Balogun had a good season after returning from injury, getting 21 and 3. Gnotto got 20 and 11, and Joel Pirot got 17 and 4. So we have got a lot of goals spread out across the attacking line, and I'm genuinely really happy with this Leeds United team. And now all that's left to do is take on Bayern Munich in the San Siro, and if we actually win this game and win the Champions League with Leeds United, we have taken them from missing out on the automatics back to the Premier League to winning the Champions League in just 3 seasons. That is absolutely insane. So here we go. It is Bayern Munich of Germany versus Leeds United of England. This is going to be a tough game, boys. You know, 3 seasons in Bayern Munich, we'll still have the likes of Musiala, Harry Kane, Serge Gnabry, so we're going to have to be at our complete best to win this game. We're going to lay this off to Todibo, and we're going to have a strike from this. Yeah, put a little bit too much confidence there into my centre-back. Oh, it's pulled back nicer to Loco. And Gnotto's in the middle. It's going to be 1-0. Oh my god, are you joking me? Gnotto, what were that? What were this? Oh, wow. It's safe to say Gnotto might be 90 rated, but he cannot head a football. Rutter, let's have a go from distance. And it's an easy catch for Bono. Manuel Neuer not in the net. Or Bayern Munich, maybe he has retired in game. But a good start, lads. 25 in. Not really give any chances away in the game. So Flair, oh, what a tackle by Archie Gray. We need Balogun make a run. He's in for it middle. Oh, brilliant. Balogun. Oh, no. What have I done? Oh, that's all on me. That is all on me. What have I just done? Why did I make that heavy touch? We were clean through. What a tackle. Oh, my God. That's ended up being an amazing pass and tackle. And Somerville. Oh, he's got so much pace. Back to Rutter. Oh, I've messed that up. No, I've not. No, I've not. Balogun. Got in there. It's 1-0 to Leeds on the stroke of half time. And it's Florian Balogun with the goal. After a broken tibia has kept him out for 6 months, he has come back into the starting lineup and he has rifled the ball in the net for Leeds. It's really good by Rutter out wide, and he just plays a beautiful pass right across the 6-yard box. And Balogun gets in front of De Ligt and plants it into the top corner, and it is 1-0 to Leeds United. And that is half-time, boys. Not many chances. A lot of poor attacking play from both sides, really. But all that matters is that we are 1-0 up in this final. Oh, no. Ferran. What a block by Konate. Kingsley Coman. Kane. Oh, no. Oh, no. Harry Kane has drawn Bayern level. I thought the offside flag were going to go up. And we have given England's number 9 far too much time in the box. It's a really good pass by Coman. You know, that is what he brings to this Bayern Munich team. And Meslier beating at his near post. That is really not good enough. But it is only 50 minutes in. We have got a lot of time to respond. Tell you what, we are now struggling in this half. And that's a really important... Wow. That talk about lucky bounces and Kingsley Coman. Very close. Gray. Oh, what a ball out wide. To Neco Williams. What's it across? Somerville, what a save by Bono. Oh my God, that was it. That was the Champions League one. Bono has been excellent, to be fair. He's really, really kept Bayern in this tie at times. And we have got a throw-in Bayern's half in the 91st minute. Can we make a chance? Somerville. Oh my God. It's across the box. Lotto in the 92nd minute. He has won the Champions League for Leeds in the 92nd minute. And what a way to cap off a truly unbelievable rebuild. We win the Champions League with the last kick of the game. What a run by Somerville. And it's another low cross across the box. And Gnotto just gets in front of De Ligt and turns it in to the corner. I cannot believe what I've just seen. And Wilfried Gnotto in the 9th... As soon as this game goes to kick off, he's going to blow the whistle. 92 on the clock, and he's blown the whistle. We have won the Champions League with Leeds United with a 92nd minute winner. Wow, what a rebuild this has been. Genuinely one of the most successful rebuilds we have done in FC24. It took us 1 season to get promoted, 1 season to get into the Champions League, and 1 season to win the Champions League. And it's one of our day 1 players, Wilfried Gnotto, who scored the winner. And it will be our club captain, Todibo, brought in last summer to get us ready for the Champions League, and he will lift the trophy for Leeds United, and we are the champions of Europe. I just want to say a massive thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you like it and subscribe to the channel as we are on the journey to 3,000 subscribers, and I will see you next Friday for a much more difficult rebuild.